That's why the blacks and the Hispanics and
You're an ungrateful pig.
like the media, like college professors or women.
Let's hop into an episode of Fox News The Five where liberal Jessica Tarlov had to correct her MAGA co-host, as usual, on everything from Trump to immigration, so be sure to smash that like button. It helps us out a ton. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll be back after with the much-needed context.
If she's under investigation for obstruction of justice based upon Tom Homan saying, you can't send out information to tell people how to avoid ICE. And now she's very concerned, and she says she's being threatened that there is a political prosecution on its way. No, honey, what it is it's a prosecution based on, I think it's 8 USC 119. For obstruction of justice.
But it's knowing your rights. It's a tutorial that
it's not
lots
knowing
of
your
people
rights.
get.
It's how to avoid immigration. That's not knowing your rights.
Due process is absolutely a constitutional right. Those accused of crimes have a right to a trial. Even the 14th Amendment backs this, and it's been supported in Supreme Court precedents that this even applies to undocumented immigrants. It's crazy how little rights MAGA wants brown people to have in this country, where they want someone just educating immigrants, whether they're documented or undocumented, that, hey, you still have rights that supersede, like ICE deporting you. As the Constitution is clear, its rights pertain to all persons, not just citizens, or not persons except undocumented immigrants, which means what AOC was doing was completely legal. Trying to prosecute her for it is a gross violation of the First Amendment, free speech. Republicans are supposed to care about that. But Trump and his cronies are just trying to wield the DOJ as a weapon to enforce their authoritarian rule.
Trying to impress people that no one cares about. And that's what's wrong with the Democrats. They're always trying to be popular with the wrong crowd, like foreign nations, like the media, like college professors or women. And they always end up sounding like these effeminate snobs who hate America. And everybody doesn't want to be around people like that. That's why the blacks and the Hispanics and all of the young men and all of the unions were like, guys, just get away from us.
Right, guys. The party that loves America is the one that only cares about the straight white men in America, but also wants the president to have king-like power and immunity, supports his executive orders that go against the Constitution, or him calling for it to be terminated, or him trying to thwart our peaceful transfer of power and circumvent the democratic process. The things that make America America. That's not patriotism. It's blind loyalty to a party in the pursuit of power. Democrats fighting to protect these crucial systems, calling out fascism and authoritarianism, that is true patriotism. That is what has defined America historically. Also, love how women are a category that shouldn't be appealed to, according to Jesse, guy who slashes women's tires, knows all about them, I guess. And this fantasy that black people flocked to Trump is just embarrassing to make at this point, when the data is clear. Harris won the black vote 71-24, wasn't even kind of close. The truth is, Democrats are the only patriotic party. They probably should embody that more. It's good messaging, marketing, whatever. But the wide tent they cast is a good thing. Appealing to females, to black people, to people of color, to trans people, to all these things, casts a much wider tent than the straight white rich man that MAGA does. MAGA just wants them to force out as many comfort spaces for people of color as they can.
The ego was so huge, and then the Democrats come in, there's Chris Murphy, and says, don't take the deal. This guy Zelensky's a fool. He had a fight with Biden. Biden even yelled at him in 2022 and said, you're an ungrateful pig.
I love how Fox lost the biggest defamation lawsuit in American history because of the lies they told, and yet they still tell massive lies. There is no proof of this ever happening, Biden ever saying this. The only source I could find was a random article that said to be citing a 2022 NBC article, but didn't credit or source the article mentioned, which is dog shit journalism at best. But then when I time searched Google for the NBC article that was mentioned in 2022, literally doesn't even exist, which is why they didn't add it in, because it's all a lie. So she literally just saw this headline, didn't fact check it, didn't make sure the source was credible at all, and then said it on national TV as if it was legitimate news. This is what you get with Fox News. I mean, I wish that I could say I was shocked, but literally can't expect less from the MAGA Republican Party.